It's unique based on the fact that you have 10 volunteer rescue squads, and they are each operate under their own set of rules and regulations, but are yet governed by the city's Department of EMS.
Really unique part is the fact that it's all volunteer. I think there's very few places in the United States that are still all volunteer. In the case of Ocean Park, where I am, it goes back to 1940 something. It's been around for years and years and years. So that is probably the most unique part of it. And they are responsible for not only operating, but funding their own equipment, their own real estate. And it's really a small business that requires everything a small business would require in support of the people who really do the operational work, the medics, the EMTs.
Everybody has to perform to the same standards, but yet they have multiple or different bodies to govern individual stations.
The important thing is to get the medics out on the road. And they do this in some cases 48 hours a month, irrespective of their civilian jobs and whatever else they might be doing. But they've got to have a supply system, for instance, that they can rely on. They've got to have vehicles that they can rely on. I'm sure for anybody that's viewing this, there is a place in a rescue squad for them, no matter what they might regard as their particular abilities and ability to handle things.
The multitude of jobs for those who are not wanting or looking to be certified as an EMT or a paramedic is amazing. You can do office work at an individual station, you can be a member of their board, you can take care of ambulances, you can assist with students who are becoming EMTs and paramedics. You never have to do the same thing.
They aid us in many different ways. We are doing a testing for all of our academy students. So our academy students have to go through a rigorous program, and then at the end they have to actually show what they learned in a physical hand-on test. So what tonight we're doing is we're actually going through their state testing. We bring in patients and we call the term moulage them. So we make them look like they have the injuries and the medical conditions that they're actually going to fake and pretend. So the support services team comes in and they help us moulage, and they volunteer to come in here and they actually spend their time helping the students actually become a real patient. Instead of just pretending on a dummy, we actually have a real live person to do it on. You can imagine having to actually perform these hands-on tasks at last minute, being all turned and twisted and doing it on somebody who can't moan and groan or can't tell you what's wrong. And pretending is very different. If you have to pretend on a pillow or a mannequin, but if you can pretend on somebody else who's actually real life, it helps. It helps their real world situation. They also do a lot of behind the scenes things. You know, they open all the stuff, they get the skills rooms ready. For anybody from 18 and over who would love to do this, it'd be great support services too. You don't have to get on a box to help.
For those that don't understand the volunteer aspect, you're giving back to the community, and it's because not everything is monetary. You don't always have to give money to a charity. You can support them more by giving your time, and that's what you're doing as a volunteer with the Department of EMS. If I had to describe what I do in one word, it would be interesting, and that's because of the variety of the jobs that you can select as a support service member.